Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir, Rabbi tammim bil khair. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi guys. Okay, just a short sharing for tonight. And tonight's topic won't be anything associated or related to me personally. No, it will be a very general topic to discuss. Okay, and inshallah this sharing for tonight kita akan a little bit more relaxed lah, because the topic that I would be highlighting about is something yang every one of us can relate. It's a topic that every one of us could be able to understand, inshallah, because it's something that's close to every Muslim. Okay, so if you look at the title, I'm gonna just share a little bit about Istighfar. And when I say we're gonna talk about Istighfar, basically what I meant was, why is it something that's so simple but yet very hard to be practiced in a human's life? Okay, so in our context, kita nak kena faham dulu, we have to just understand this. What does Istighfar actually means? What is Istighfar? People always think that Istighfar is just by saying Astaghfirullahalazim. That's it. You know, just by saying Astaghfirullah, Astaghfirullah is just that is already doing Istighfar. So understanding the significant meaning of Istighfar is firstly the most important thing to do. So when we understand the meaning of Istighfar, we understand the weightage of that particular practice that we are doing, then we are able to see that actually the whole process has it is the whole thing become a process. Okay, so first and foremost, when we understand about Istighfar, it is the first stage. Okay, it's the first stage of the three stages of Taubat. So when we understand the three stages of Taubat, first and foremost, it has to come with penyesalan. So feeling of remorse, penyesalan, that you menyesal dengan your perbuatan. So that is the first stage of of Taubat. So when you menyesal, when you have the sense of remorse, you kesal dengan apa yang berlaku, then that is already a first level of Taubah. Second level of Taubah is to promise to Allah, not to anybody else but to Allah, to promise to Allah that you will not be repeating the same mistake again, you will not be doing the same mistake again. So that is a second stage of Taubah. The third stage of Taubah is to move on from the mistake that you have done into a better person. So when you are moving on into a better person, that needs istiqamah. But going back to the first stage means ada remorse, ada sense of penyesalan. So what does penyesalan do to you? What is the process of penyesalan? So people say, how to taubat? Must solat sunat taubat ke? Must we do like a proper, process ke? No, taubat starts with just as simple as istighfar. And istighfar is something that is light, on our lips, tapi berat pada timbangan. And dia lagi berat kalau kita say it out with perasaan yang ikhlas pada Allah. So you have to have a perasaan that is sincere. When you say your istighfar, you have to feel super sincere towards Allah. You tak just astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. Kita marah budak apa, kita like astaghfirullah. That kind of sound, that kind of tone doesn't reflect any remorse at all, kan? So that's the first thing that I would like to just touch on. So when we say istighfar, when we do our istighfar, just please insertkan perasaan tawadu. So not say istighfar, we want to say our istighfar, we want to say our repentance towards Allah. First and foremost, include perasaan humbleness. So if there's no humbleness inside our istighfar, how can that be meaningful towards Allah or even yourself, even ourselves? Okay, so when we say our istighfar, just keep telling yourself that this istighfar is for what? Because I have done a mistake, because I need to get forgiveness from Allah, because Allah is the only one that can forgive me, because if Allah does not forgive me, my life would be in such a mess. So always keep telling yourself that when you do istighfar, you have this deep desire of wanting to be forgiven. Okay. Next, when we do our istighfar, it is a stage that is telling us we are one step closer towards getting Allah's rahmah. We are one step closer towards getting Allah's attention, Allah's love. Okay. So when we do that, inshallah, at the stage of, like just now I mentioned, the first stage was saying istighfar, means repentance. Second stage was to promise to Allah alone that we will not repeat the same mistake we did previously, so that we can move on to the third stage, which is moving on to a better person. So when we are moving on to a better person, Assalamualaikum everyone, thank you for watching. uh, I hope you can just share the video. So I think many people are still not aware of the live going on right now. Okay, thank you. When we are already at the third stage of istighfar or repentance, that is where the step gets hardest, because why? We need to stay istiqamah. Okay, so I have mentioned that istighfar is something that's light on the lips tapi berat in our timbangan, right? So why do I say that? Because when we say astaghfirullahalazim, when we say astaghfirullah, what is the meaning of astaghfirullah? I minta ampun pada Allah. Okay, aku minta ampun pada Allah. So kenapa kita rasa nak kena minta ampun pada Allah? I did say this in my class all the time, that kenapa doa kita tak makbul, kenapa doa kita, hajat kita tak dikurniakan oleh Allah, tak dimakbulkan oleh Allah, because we have lots of small dosa that we do unintentionally to ourselves, to Allah, to anyone else. And those small dosa act like blackheads in your soul, in your heart. So those things yang stop ataupun prevent your doa to be accepted by Allah. Waalaikumsalam Sis Yati, thank you for watching dear. So when our doa is having a dead end, a block, the doa couldn't reach Allah directly. So what can we do? Istighfar. Okay. Waalaikumsalam Kak Udi. Apa khabar orang jauh? Thank you for watching Kak. So istighfar has to be done sincerely. Okay. Secondly, bila kita fikir that actually we need to be committing a huge sin, baru boleh istighfar, baru boleh taubat. I know someone who does solat taubat every single night when she does her tahajud. And then people are asking, kenapa buat solat sunat taubat every night? Kau buat dosa besar hari-hari ke? You know, and she say like, every day kita buat dosa apa? Kenapa nak kena tunggu dosa besar baru nak taubat? So that's her mindset. And she does sujud syukur every single solat. Sunat ke, solat fardu ke, she does that. And she does solat sunat taubat all the time when she do her tahajud. So people like me are like, why you know, what dosa yang kau buat? You know, that kind of thing. But for that person, it's like, I don't need to be doing a dosa besar for me to do my solat taubat. So another way of performing our taubah to Allah is through istighfar. The simplest, easiest way anybody can do is through istighfar. We can do the normal astaghfirullahalazim alladzi la ilaha illa huwal hayyul qayyum wa atubu ilaih, or we can do the best of all, sayyidul istighfar. Okay, penghulu segala istighfar. Allahumma anta rabbi la ilaha illa anta khalaqtani wa ana abduka wa ana ala ahdika wa wa'dika mastata'tu. A'udzu bika min syarri ma sana'tu. That's the most important part. Abu'u laka bi ni'matika alayya wa abu'u bi dhanbi faghfirli fa innahu la yaghfiru dhunuba illa anta. Say that, know the meaning, fahami makna dia. When you understand the meaning, pergi Google sekejap cari makna dia apa. So when you understand the meaning, you will say it with full perasaan, macam humbleness, raja, permintaan, mengharap sebesar-besar harapan pada Allah, that He is the only one eligible, will be the only one yang akan ampunkan dosa kita. Tak ada orang lain yang boleh ampunkan dosa kita kecuali Allah. Okay.